All right, guys, fresh video coming to you guys right now. I've been driving past this Ryobi weed whip power head for the past couple weeks, and I'm like, man, is anybody gonna take this thing? And it was there this morning, and I have a day off, so I grabbed it, and you'll see what happens. Stick around to the end, and you'll see if I can get it running or not. All right, guys, in my neighborhood, in every neighborhood, people throw things away like this, right? And we're not gonna let this thing go to waste. It's a Ryobi, so it's homeowner, right? It's homeowner grade, but people usually use things for one season, and it starts to get cold, or they don't winterize it right, or when they put it away, you know, they don't use high grade fuel, or just the carburetor after the break-in period goes to crap. Not to crap, but it just needs a quick adjustment. Either that or the spark arrestor is full of carbon, and it just needs to be cleaned out. So many things that I would never throw away something for. Even other landscapers, you know, the pawn shops are filled with retired tools. Every year they retire tools, and I'm like, no, just set aside a couple days a year for tool maintenance, and you'll keep tools until they're broken. Really get your money out. I'm not replacing a tool until I need to, like, literally replace a cylinder, crank bearings, things like that. But even the clone steel 660 that I have, the first couple months of having that, I blew out the bearings, the crank bearings in it, and every shop in the world said, we won't take out we won't work on clones. Or if they did work on clones, they said we don't tear down saws that far. And so I said, all right, guess I'm gonna have to learn how to do that. And I started watching Iron Horse videos, and he showed me how to do it. Not me personally, but he showed the world on his YouTube channel. So we're gonna see what we can do about this thing and see if we can get it running. I'll be back with you. All right, so the first test that we do is compression to see if the cylinder is not scored up and leaking or anything. So you just pull and listen for look. There you go, nothing's sticking. Okay, now throttle seems to work. I mean, this thing looks brand new, really. I mean, there's fuel in the lines, but there's not really any fuel here. So I'm gonna go get some fuel and we'll fuel it up. All right, let's throw some fresh fuel in it. We don't have a whole lot, but oh, this is weird. You tip it on its side, huh? But Ryobi didn't want to make a curve. Put enough in there so we can siphon. About a half tank. Fuel that was in there smelt all right, so put that on. Let's check the primer bulb, see if it actually primes. Stiff primer bulb. Not stiff in the bad way, but okay, so the primer bulb's pulling fuel. You just want to look. You just want to look at the primer. It's full now, but when it's dry, you want to pull it. You don't want to push. You want to let it fully return. Now let's do a full choke. Okay, so I think choke is, let's see. I don't use these things, so I think choke has got to be, pull the starter rope until the engine attempts to start. Okay, so where is choke here? That's worn off, so I guess I'll put it in the middle. I guess, all right, let's try it. Ooh, maybe it doesn't have compression, I don't know. Let's try it here. Let's see if it returns. Okay, so it doesn't have an automatic choke return, so we don't know which way choke is. Let's try it both ways. Oh. Racing. That might have been the problem. Yeah, so it starts and runs. It runs really high, but I think the problem is actually that this shaft isn't turning. So I mean, I don't even know if it's worth it for me to try to fix that unless I can kind of knock it back in there. Let's see if I can just kind of knock it back into gear. Sometimes these things come out, even with the steel combi systems, these shafts like to pop out. It's kind of a pain. See if we can get it in there. And put another screwdriver in here. Pull this one out. Okay. Now let's see if it'll turn. Problem solved. Problem solved. Now let's tune it. Now we gotta find the tuner that'll fit this sucker. Where's the tuner? I think that the hijet seems to be, or the idle screw seems to be really high. But I don't like to mess with the idle screw. You guys see these little idle screws right here? And if it's idling wrong, you guys crank them down to get them to idle up. You don't really want to do that. What you really want to do is you want to find the carburetor adjustment screws, which are, hopefully this has one. Some of these new homeowner grade tools don't come with them. And it's frustrating because that's how they want you to buy new tools. They have you throw them away once it doesn't idle well, which isn't cool. I mean, you could slap a heavier sticker price on a tool and let the homeowner, or teach the homeowner how to work on it themselves, and you could make the same amount of money as selling 100 of these things versus selling 50 of them that last, 50 years, 20 years. But yeah, let's see if I can just crank this down and get it to, let's try it. Check the restart. I'm not mad about it. I'll keep it. It works. So it was this thing right here. This little shaft that goes down this, it spins. And sometimes the attachment that goes in here will get stuck in there. It'll just heat up and get stuck. So the homeowner goes to reef it out of there, and it pulls that shaft out of the gearbox in here. So what you gotta do is you gotta turn it, find where it clicks in, and then kind of tap it in there, and then it will work. It doesn't look like this is rounded off really at all. I mean, it seems like it's in pretty good shape. So, free tool. All it took was 10 minutes of my time. And how many cc is this? Let's take a look. I saw one online that was 30 cc. That'd be really cool if it was. No, 25 cc. So it's 1 cc lower than my steel combi, I believe. But yeah, guys, that's it. Ryobi, full crank, 2-cycle. It doesn't have a carburetor adjustment. All it has is the idle throttle lever here, and it was cranked way in. So I backed it off there a bit. Fuel lines are still kind of soft and supple. Air filter. I don't like these air filters because what happens is where it sucks air from the bottom, it ends up folding this in, and you can see how it will stop dirt from getting in around here. But then as this folds in, air's getting in there, or dirt's getting in there. But yeah. Oh, and here's how you tell the choke. Okay, so down is full choke, half choke, wide open. All right, guys, that's it. If you got something from this video, or if you enjoyed it, subscribe, like the video, because it helps me get to more people. And ultimately, that's what we want. We want to help people learn about things. And ultimately, we just want to entertain. All right? Take care. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.